Mm-mm. So I had another place to sit this. Microphone. Oh, that worked. Mm-mm. Give it a little bit longer. No, if I did, I'm just going to go ahead and start talking. No, Saturday, so everybody out kicking it. Go ahead and start talking. Yeah, I'm about to be awake for everybody. All right, y'all. This is gonna be saved. Uh, Basically, what this is about to be about is about words, details, communication, and understanding. So when it comes to communication, communication is how we relate to others verbally through our own reality. Now, with that being said, now I am going to talk, more so from a personal perspective than a general perspective, because I only know from my experiences in my life, and that's how it works, is to be able to relate it to ourselves. Now, with me being a Scorpio, Cancer rising, but in my house of communications, I'm a Sag. So just to forewarn y'all, I'm very blunt. My sugarcoating is what most perceive as just being blunt. And most of the time, I really don't sugarcoat unless you're a child, because they're children. So just a heads up, what's about to come out is probably going to be very triggering for a lot of people. But it's my truth and it's my authentic self. I can't. I only have control over my emotions, not anyone else. I have control over my thoughts and actions, not anyone else. So with that being said, so yeah, if y'all hear like beeping and stuff like that, I'm like chilling downtown, my six by the water. Now, I've had some recent experiences just in life. It's been a while since I've really been out in society and things of that. I've been working very hard on myself, and I noticed a lot of stuff. And then I have to come across a couple of readings. Now, I know that they're general readings, and you take what resonates and take what doesn't. You know, this one it did resonate, but not in the way you would think it would have. Now, me being a Scorpio in Sun, so that my mind and my mind space, and you know, basically, I have all the extremes in my whole birth chart. It goes from one to the complete other. And life is about finding, that middle ground between them all. So, like I said, I'm going to talk about me. For me, when I communicate, I talk in a general sense. So, if I do have a topic to talk, to discuss, to communicate, to whatever the setting is, whether it really doesn't matter, like who I'm communicating with, it's still communication. I speak very general. So I could say one sentence and it could be talking about many facets of things. But here's something that irks me. When I do talk, if somebody is starting to like feel some type of way, or think some type of way, or whatever, because how we perceive things is through our own reality. But the whole point about communication, when you are communicating with others, especially people who are not like-minded as yourself, or may have some stuff that differs, or a differentiation between the mindset and speaking and words and things of that nature. Something that really bothers me is, like, I was having a conversation, and instead of letting me finish, I would get, well, no, because this word or that word, or well, this word means that, and this word, and well, you said this word, and that. Okay, it's a word. A word is a definition. It has different meanings. Like, look at slang. The word tight, means something that's restricting. Tight fitting pair of clothes, or things of that nature. Something that's constrictive in some type of way. But with slang, we took tight. We're like, oh, that's tight. So that's cool. So if that can happen, and the way that I view words, I have a very generalized grasp on them, because words itself can be triggers. I have been in situations and conversations where I could say one word and it completely triggers somebody, because when they've heard that word, or in another situation or something like that, they begin to project the past onto that word or situation, or whatever negative, things they have on that word. Like, a lot of people really don't like the word twin flame because of their personal experience that they have on twin flame and things of that nature. But that's your perspective. That's your projection of emotions you still have attached to that certain situation. And a lot of times, if I know that a word could affect somebody, like, I'm going to tell you, like, okay, well, I might not be using the right word. I just can't find something else right now, and I'm trying to get to a bigger, uh, tangent of what it is I'm trying to say, to get to my overall, summary of the main point in my conversation. If I focus too much on a little itty bitty detail, I'm never going to get there, because the way that when I do communicate or see something, I start with a bigger picture and then break it down. A lot of people, get so caught up in the details of things that they'll see a little word or a detail and be like, and get stuck on that word. So then in past situations, we would be stuck defining and redefining that word to try to get an understanding across to them that that's not what I mean. And I've had people, well, no, that is what you mean because you use that word. No, it's not. You can't tell me what is in my mind that I'm trying to convey to you. If I'm telling you that that's not what that means, that that's not what I meant, therefore that's not what that meant. And I've even been in situations like, oh, well, that's going back and forth and that's being manipulative. I ain't got time to manipulate. I ain't got time to sit up there and be like, okay, well, let me plan this and say this and do that. I got enough shit going to try to invoke an emotion or response, physical or non-physical, in somebody else. I got enough. I'm a Cancer. I got enough. No, I just ain't got time for it. But what I don't like is when somebody comes across and tries to tell me what it is that I'm trying to express or say or state when you ain't even let me finish. As soon as I said one thing that you don't agree with, or because of how it starts off or comes out even at first, get interrupted or whatever the case may be. Why? Let me finish first. Let me finish. Let me say what it is that I have to say before. Now, if it's something that you got a question, like, hey, before you assume, because that's what that is. You're assuming now. Now you know what where I'm already headed with this conversation. You know what I'm about to say. You know what it is about to go in. When no, you don't. Which is why we're having the conversation in the first place. So then, over talking or trying to be like, oh, and then a lot of times, because I come across people that usually have like more experience in that area or field, or degrees or schooling or things of that nature, whatever the case may be. That's just a piece of paper. That's just acknowledgement of you being able to retain that information. That does not give you a status above anyone else. Like, because I spoke on stuff about Bill Cosby, and now they're about to let him out of jail. So I know a few people are like, "Oh, well, no, I didn't believe the man," because if you watch some of his interviews, he says that his wife goes to, everything that the man goes to. Why after all these years? I'm just curious. I just can't take somebody's word for granted. I'm looking at both sides. Maybe these people are telling the truth, maybe they're not. I don't know. I wasn't there, but I'm not just going to condemn, just because of what I'm hearing. The news is not all the time 100% correct. It's somebody, a journalist's perspective. They have to, if you ever taken a journalistic class, you have to phrase stuff a certain way to entice an emotional response to even get people to want to watch it. That's why titles of movies and stuff like that are named things that they're named, is to, like, ooh, well, that title sounds interesting, because everybody knows, yeah, they say don't judge a book by its cover, but if you come across the title of a book and it seems boring, you're going to pass it by. If it's something that's phrased in the right way, now somebody could rewrite that same exact book, same exact words, anything, but change the title of it and make it a little bit more interesting. Somebody might, ooh, this is interesting. And it could be the same damn thing. The same person could redo that. And it's like, well, that's the same thing. All I did was just switch the words around. Okay, well, I need something to appeal to catch somebody's attention, to draw them in, or whatever the case may be. But when it comes back to like communication and the details, a lot of people get focused, so caught up on the details, on how it is that they're feeling about a certain word, or a certain way or outlook, or whatever the case may be, that the whole point of the story is now lost, because now you're spending time on the little itty bitty facets when those don't even matter. It's the general whole picture of a dynamic. Like, if you're painting a picture and you accidentally smudge a little bit, and you spend so much time trying to correct that one smudge and fix that one smudge, the rest of the painting ain't never gonna get done. So does it really matter? Because now you're stuck on here, and that's like a form of perfectionism in a way. Which we all have a bit of perfectionist inside of us, you know. And even sitting here with this, like, I already know it's gonna be like, I didn't heard stuff about, oh, you're arrogant, you're a teachable. No, I'm confident. When I only speak on stuff that I know, and if I happen to be wrong about something, then hey, oh well, dang, I didn't think about it that way. Or dang, no, I thought that it was this, because this is what I had learned or come across, so I thought it was just this. Like, there are many different meanings just to one word. Like, I'm about to be very vulgar right here. Like if somebody says "fuck you," how is that offensive? Because definition of that is what when people you can either make love or you can fuck. So then I was like, oh, so you want to have sex? Well, no, thank you. I mean, it's just like saying people when people have close friends, but oh, that's my nigga or that's my bitch or whatever the case may be, and it's like that Webster's form is that's a female dog. So yeah, when some people do use it in a certain phrase, you got to go off of their intention and what it is. So somebody's like, oh yeah, well that's my bitch. That means okay, well that's their homie when they're saying it like that. But when somebody, oh you, then that's they're trying to offend you. Like I tell people, I have a very nuanced mind, a very nuanced mind. I can't have it tell people that, oh well, you're too up here, you're too here, oh you're too deep, you're too this, but that's my authentic self. This has been known since I was a child, and I'm not about to change my authentic self. Like I even had somebody tell me that, oh well, I'm happy that you want to go to shaman school because they're going to change you into. No, they're not going to change me. They're going to give me tools to enhance my natural abilities. Just like if you go back to drumline with Nick Cannon, man could read music, could write music for the day of him, but it don't mean he couldn't play the hell out of a damn snare. That him going to school and him being dedicated, okay, well, let me learn, the little bit of stuff because he didn't want to take time on it because he was like, well, no, that's a waste of my time. I want to do this. But it's not. It's enhancing the thing that already comes 100% natural to you. It's enhancing your gift. It's giving you more tools to work with. It's opening up your space and your confinement and your mind, not changing who it is that you are. Now we all do change and evolve, yes, by all means. And being a Sag, a lot of people be like, oh, well, you're overconfident, you're arrogant, and this, or you can't be. No, because that's the one thing that I love about life is that learning never stops. It never stops. So I love exploring all different facets and different areas and different things, because learning never stops. It never ends. Like if you're going to a job, there could be somebody that has 30 years of experience and somebody who's completely new. Who do you think is going to get the job? A lot of people will feel that, oh, it's going to be the person with the 30 years of experience. Not necessarily. Because the person with the 30 years of experience, they're like, oh, well, I've been doing this for years and I got this and this and that. Just by that, you're set in your ways. So if it was something that was to change, that was come about, or that they did want to show you something new or widen your perspective, it's going to be harder to get you to open up your mind. Say, you're like, well, I've been doing this for 30 years and it's been working well for me for 30 years. So why change anything about it? Which that's fine for you. That is all fine and dandy. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But it is very limiting at the same time. So I mean, that's you're like, hey, some people like that. But well, I just don't want to. No. All right, cool. To each his own. But when you do that, you're trying to project that on somebody else. That's not okay. Because the person that's maybe a little bit newer or may have a little bit less experience or no degrees or anything like that, it doesn't mean that they don't know what it is that they're doing, or what it is that they're talking about. To even get in front of people is a form of confidence. It doesn't mean that they're unteachable. If somebody says, no, I know, this I do know. This I know what it is that I'm talking about. I know what it is I'm trying to go with what I'm trying to communicate. I know what it is I'm going to. Now, if you don't understand it, is when the Sage gonna come in. That ain't my problem. And not trying to say in like an asshole type of way to be like, but that's not my problem because it's not. That just means we don't resonate. It ain't nothing wrong with that. We agree to disagree. There's nothing wrong to agree to disagree. But the thing is not, and this is because I'm talking very general, but it affects like different relationships, whether it's work relationship, whether it's romantic, whether it's relatives, friendships, whatever the case may be, because communication is what's vital to us. Whether it's symbols, whether it doesn't matter what it is, it's a form of communication. That's how we connect to others in this world, in this lifetime, on a day-to-day basis. Like there are some people be like, because I worked with somebody and they was like, oh well, they have a hard exterior and da 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 this. Okay, that's how they come off when they were actually honestly the sweetest person ever. But because how they first came off, you didn't even take the time to actually have a conversation and get to know this person. Like, I walk around with RBF most of the time. It's not that I try to. It's just when I have nothing to think about, nothing. Apparently, to other people, I look mean or look like I could be a jerk, or and that's not what it is. It's I just don't have a facial expression. I'm not who's gonna walk around just all dang on day. Like that gets tiring. Like you are using muscle, so I could be just in my head or in my thoughts. But because you're like, oh, because when I have that face, I'm upset. I can come up, what's wrong? What's wrong? Nothing. Well, why do you look like that? It's my face. If you don't like my face, I mean, don't look at it. I mean, like I don't know what to tell you. That's not my problem. Sorry, not sorry. Like, so that's something that really does like bother me is because me, I'm the type of person where I don't care what your title is. I don't care what your job position is. If I hear and I feel some type of way, and I'm hearing the same thing from like numerous amounts of people of that something needs to be changed or altered or whatever the case may be, and I come to you and oh well, I'm the manager, so I know what it is. I'm talking about. I had a training. You ain't done nothing. You just worked it. I don't care what your title is. Your title defines your pay rate. Nothing. I could give a damn. You could be the president of the damn United States of America. If I feel like you're being an ass, guess what? I'm gonna be like, hey, you're being an ass. I'm gonna tell you to your face. I don't care what your title is because you take away your title, you are a human being. Period. Period. You are a human being. So human beings are capable of errors. You can be wrong, regardless of what your position is, how many years experience you got, what your title is, how far you made it. Oh, well, I've been doing it. Okay, but it don't work for everybody. And I'm trying to tell you that for the people that I'm resonating with, or whatever the case may be, or that I communicate with, that's not okay. So when it comes to us, you're going to have to portray it in a different way. Just like some people can take criticism. Some people need constructive criticism. You can't just be like, oh, well, no, you're doing this wrong and that wrong and that wrong. Some people, it empowers them. Other people, it tears them down. So you can't keep go the same approach to everyone and everybody, especially when that person's trying to sit up there and tell you. And then you have no right to try to tell somebody what it is that they're trying to come across, explain, or feel like, well, no, that's wrong. Well, then, no, you should have said it like this. No, I should have said it exactly the way that I said it. Now, what you should have done is ask me, hey, well, I'm taking it like this. What what are you trying to say? Because right now I'm thinking this. That's a question. I respect that because now you're asking the question, so it's just creating assumptions and going with that, and then going through, and then associating with whatever it is that you're associated with. Because at that point, there is no point of communicating at that point. Because if you're still going to project whatever it is your perspective is on a situation or matter to try to change somebody else's mind, communication is not about you can communicate and still disagree with something. Hell, I had a friend who, voted for the person that I didn't vote for, but it didn't make me think of them any less. I didn't, oh, well, I'm unfriend you because you voted for that person. No. For what? You're allowed to be different. You're allowed to feel whatever you want to feel. You're allowed to go with whatever it is that's authentic to you. Just like I am with me. It don't mean that I have to not like you for it. No, that's stupid. Because if that's the case, if you're gonna be around a whole bunch of people that think exactly like you, what are you gaining and what it is? What are you learning at that point? Nothing. You're just the head honcho at that point. And even some of the head honchos, you're real into your authentic stuff. You know that there's still other stuff that I can learn, even from somebody that's less experienced than me, or don't have this, or don't have this, or don't have that. Going back to the movie Drumline, the line leader was like, "Oh, okay, well, yeah, he didn't want to have nothing to do with Nick Cannon. He didn't even want him on the line." But then he had found a way to communicate with him, like, "Okay, look, man, I can't just coming at him all sideways." He was like, "No, man, I ain't putting up with that shit. I'm not you not just gonna talk to me on any type of way." So they just thought, oh, he was real conceited. No, he was confident. Now he had to understand, like, oh, you not learning music or not being able to do this does not mean you don't know what it is that you're doing, but it shows that you have a drive for your passion and your gift, and you want to learn about it more. You want to embellish in it more. You want to develop it more. It's showing care and love for whatever it is that your passion is. Yeah, it might be boring and stupid, and you might not want to do it. Like for me, cooking, I'm very confident in cooking. A lot of people, oh, well, that's just arrogant because, no, I'm telling you this. I'm confident in the way that I know how to cook. Now, if you perceive it as arrogant, that's your perception. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Nothing to do with me at the end of the day. But I know what it is that I'm confident in. Do I know all the different styles of like different cultures of cooking? No, I don't. And I'm not. Now, somebody being arrogant saying, no, I know everything. No, you can't tell me absolutely nothing. That's arrogant. Being confident and arrogant are two completely different things. Like the other day, I was actually talking about codependency. And because the stigma that associated with codependency that the people I was talking with only had that one way of viewing it, I was trying to get across it like, but no, but that's not what it means. But I'm trying to tell you there is another way to look at it. You keep cutting me off in the middle of my sentence to tell me what it is that what your belief is. You're not even letting me finish to get to the point to even add anything. They're like, well, you didn't say that at first. Well, now you did. Now you added because you cut me off. Sometimes you need to hush, shut the hell up, to let somebody else speak. But because, oh, well, I didn't been there and I had this experience, and I done did this and I done did that. So no, you can't tell me. But I can from my way. Because hell, I done been to hell and back too. Just like somebody else has been to hell and back too in their own experience, in their own life, in their own way. So you can't tell them that they ain't been to hell and back too. So for them, that was their hell and back. It might not have been yours. It's like you can't compare somebody's hurt, pain, and grief to your hurt, pain, and grief. Some people that always been rich, that if they become bankrupt, a lot of people, like we even heard on the news, back in the day growing up in the 90s, people were committing suicide and jumping off of bridges and stuff because they lost all their millions or lost their businesses. But what if their business was like their child to them? What if the same emotion that you put into your child that they put inside their business? Especially if they didn't even have any kids. Maybe even if they did have kids, that was their baby. So losing that was completely heartbreaking. So for somebody else, yeah, but it still wasn't. But you can't compare that. An emotion is an emotion. I could be upset about something like right now. People could probably be like, oh, well, you're being upset. No, I have a lot of passion. So when I talk, it can come off to others as being offensive or angry or no, it's passion. But you have to know that about me. If you don't know that about me, you're going to be triggered. You're going to take offense. But also, being a Scorpio, hell, that's one of the I am the sign of trigger and transformation. Maybe that's what I'm here to do, is to piss people the hell off to transform you. Make you upset enough to transform you. Because a lot of changes don't happen unless an emotion is somehow invoked. If somebody, just like if a stranger walks by you and calls you ugly, you honestly care less about it. But if somebody close to you that you have an emotional tie to, a strong emotional bond to, calls you ugly, you're going to have a completely different it's going to have a completely different effect, and you're going to react completely different versus a random ass person that you don't know. Why? Because the emotion is there. because that's now at that point now we're making it personal. We're making it, actually resonate with us on a personal level. Because let's face it, emotions is the most personal that anybody can get. For some people, it's their mindset. So like with a divine masculine, it's their mindset. In a divine feminine, it's their emotion. So when it comes to like even when we get back to perspectives and words, understanding is being able to take another's perspective. It doesn't mean you don't mean whether you choose to agree with it or disagree or agree to disagree. That's up to your free will. Hell, it's all up to your free will whether you want to see somebody's perspective, whatever it is. But if you are open minded, you can hear multiple perspectives, multiple dynamics of something, and know that it's okay if you still choose to disagree. Know that it's okay if you just choose to. But it's now what's difficult is finding that understanding. I can hear something completely disagree with it, not agree with it at all, but still understand where it is you're coming from and understand why it is like, well, if I thought like that, if I have those emotions towards that, that's how I would feel. So I understand. I don't agree with it. It's not my truth, and that's okay. Now some people be, but I'm not understanding. Well, why can't you? Because it's not my truth. Like for many years, part of my biggest awakening and transformation was allowing others to dictate who it is that I am. My mind, my when it, I've been mentally manipulated, emotionally, verbally, physically manipulated, abused, because of wanting to fit in. Because being like feeling like an outsider, never really feeling like I had a place to belong, or that people, okay, well let me change this so I can start thinking like this, so these people can agree with me, or let me start doing this so these people can agree with me to make smoother ways into the. Maybe I'm not. That might be part of my thing. Maybe I'm here not to make smooth ways. Maybe it's sometimes I'm here to cause chaos, but not intentionally to harm or cause hurt or harm to anybody. No, because that's not my mo. I didn't been hurt and been in pain. So regardless of how it comes out or what it is, that is never an intention of mine. Now if somebody else like, well that's what I feel, then I mean that ain't got shit to do with me. And it's not saying that oh well damn, well, this person's just cold hearted. You don't have well you're taking out your compassion. No, I'm not. I'm telling you that that doesn't have nothing to do with me. I can't control how you feel. I can't control how you think. I can't control that. That's your free will. I can't control anything outside of myself. And I'm okay with that. Or you is the question. Apparently not if you're get upset about me being okay with the fact that, whatever it is. There's like a lot of people don't trust people. They're like, oh well the last time somebody said that to me, this is what they was meaning, or this is what just because. And a lot of people can become triggered in conversations or with others because of something that happened in the past, where somebody did something and they did have malicious intent to have some form of control. Now you're projecting that onto me and the next person and the next person. Like a lot of people consider, well, you're too trusting. You trust random strangers on a day-to-day basis, especially if you go out to eat. You're trusting the person that's serving your table and the person you can't even see back in the kitchen. That after they went to the dang on toilet and decided to drop a deuce, that they don't wash their hands and ain't got hepatitis and gonna come back and not pass it on to you. Now we do have instances where that is an outbreak. Now people, oh, I don't never want to eat at a restaurant again. I'm never going to eat at a restaurant. Oh, I'm tearing this company down. It's not the company. Why are you going to tear down that whole company for one person? That's wrong. I mean, you can feel like that's right. It doesn't resonate to me. For me, it's wrong. I can't tell you whether it's wrong or not. I can speak my truth. It's like, well, that's not cool. If you feel like that's cool, that's you. Go ahead, do you, boo boo. Like a lot of times when I'm passionate about something, like for me, like you could my personality is like that of like Nick Klaus from the originals or Cookie from Empire. Like everybody know Cookie don't play no shit, but also at the same time, Cookie cares and loves deeply. But she also knows when to not take no shit, and she also knows when somebody needs. Okay, you need a gentle love. She's like, oh, okay, you know what? I gotta come across this different. Okay, baby, just can't do that. I know you feel this, and I know you want to do this, but you just can't do that because this is gonna happen, or this could happen, or this could go in this type of way, or this type of direction. And then there was another time when she went in and Hakeem and did something. She took the damn stool, knocked him, and started knocking him aside his head and whooped his ass. Cause sometimes you need that damn tough love. I'm not the type of person where you come to me if you're hurting and I know that's the emotion that you're in. I'm going to console you. I'm going to. But after so many times you keep coming back with that same emotion, now it's time for tough love. I'm not going to tell you what it is you want to hear. I don't want nobody to tell me what it is. So I'm putting out what it is that I want to get back. Whether you get upset or not, whether I get upset or not. Cause hell, I done had tough love and I done got upset and it came back was like, well, damn. After I had to calm down, got those little emotions down, like, yeah, I mean, it was the truth. But I had to go back like, well, damn, you ain't have to say it like that because I was still sensitive. That was the wrong time to say that. Wait for me to come out of my emotions and then you could have said it to me like that. It could have just been wrong timing. There was nothing wrong with what you said. The timing was wrong. There was nothing wrong with what you said. But I wasn't there to receive that message yet. It's not I'm gonna cut that off. I'm cutting that person off and that. No, that's I'm not going. No, I'm personally not gonna do that. If you choose to do that, that's you. But I'm not going to do that. I'm gonna take my time. Like I got a best friend. Like her birthday passed. I ain't never been late in wishing her a happy birthday. Now this nigga always, yeah. Look, y'all just gonna have to set my at yourself. Always, man. Always miss my birthday. Man, it's your birthday on there. We've been friends since we 5. We 33 years old, dude. How how, how do you forget my birthday? This year, it actually slipped my mind for the first time since we've been 5. It ain't never slipped my mind. Man, I can't remember if it's like the 20th or the 22nd. What day is it? Like, dude, how you not know my birthday? I know her birthday, but it don't bother me. I'm like, man, that's my homie. And I call her, hey man, wish you happy birthday. She might give me a little, you missed my birthday. But thank you though. Anyway, like I have people tell us like y'all are so different. How do y'all even get along? Because I respect her differences and she respects mine. She could do something I got to do. She could do something I'm like, dude, that was stupid. A lot of people, oh my god, I can't believe you called me stupid. No, I'm calling your action or whatever it is you did, your decision dumb. Well, because I made my decision, so you're calling me dumb. And no, I'm calling, but she understands that. I ain't got to go through all that explanation. I can be like, dude, that was stupid. Well, I don't think it was stupid. I just did this. That's how you feel. I personally wouldn't have done it, but you know, I mean, each his own. Go ahead, do you? I just wouldn't have done that. I don't think that would have been a good choice for me. But you're not gonna take that defense. Oh my god, I can't believe you did that. What kind of friend are you to tell me I'm? No, we cannot talk. Like last time we spoke was January, like New Year's Eve, like a week before New Year or a couple of days, somewhere like that. Before that, it was damn near a year. We could get on the phone as if we just got done kicking it yesterday. That's unconditional. So when it comes to the twin flame collective, that and finding that unconditional love, is having that unconditional love in yourself to be who you are in all authentic truth, your flaws and your all, and flaws and whole. So somebody tell you, call you out on something like, hey, that's something you might need to leave and work on a little bit, and that's up to me whether to embrace it or not. But I choose not to. With certain people, that's okay. They just be like, dude, like that shit's annoying. You're annoying me. Okay, you know what? I'm not about to deal with you right now because you acting like that, and that's something that annoys me, and I'm just not gonna deal with you for a couple weeks, and that's perfectly fine. But it don't mean that the best friend love that we got ain't there. It don't mean that compassion and none of that is there. All is lost and no, that's not what that means at all. Because unconditional is without conditions. It's without expectations. I have no expectation. Other people are like, wow, I can't believe you hang around them because they do this or they're a player and then, birds will fly together. Like, I hung around people who were considered bops or hoes or whatever the hell you want to call them. And they be like, oh, well, since you're hanging around them, you must be like them. But I'm not. I'm completely opposite. Oh, well, you're flirting. No, I'm not. If me flirting, me flirting is me going, hey, I like you. Because I don't know how to flirt. Hey, I like you. Hey, you're beautiful. You're pretty. You're gorgeous. Like, and really, like, constantly saying it. Like, I might be like, oh, yeah, are all people beautiful in their own way, shape, or form, in their own unique way? Yes, they are. But everybody ain't for me. I'm particular. Just because I call you beautiful or pretty, especially if you're having a day like, oh my God, I'm having a rough day. I'm like, oh man, you're beautiful. You ain't got nothing to worry about. But no, actually, I'm honestly looking at it because it's not just physical things, it's your soul. Because hell, we all gonna get all wrinkly and crinkly and get gray hairs and teeth start falling out and might get surgery and going blind or deaf and eyes, start turning colors, might even get surgery, cataracts, hell, all that stuff fades. An essential essence of who somebody is doesn't. It evolves and it changes, whether for the better or the worse. You start changing for the worse, just, it don't mean I love you any less. I just can't be around you. Ain't nothing wrong with that. It don't mean in the street when I see you, oh no, we done fell out. I ain't gonna talk to you. I talk to people that's even on bad terms with. Hi, how you doing? Why? If I see you and I make eye contact with you, hi, I'm not gonna not speak. Why? Because that's just rude. You're still a person. Now, if you choose not to speak back, I'm like, well, I will still be in my authentic self. I say hi. Sometimes depending on who it is, like, dang, man, that kind of hurt. Feel a little salty. Like, I got an ex best friend that we were real close. Seeing them went to go wave, and they completely went the other direction because we had a little miscommunication thing. It's like, if that's all it took for you to cut me off, your friendship was conditional in the first place. As long as I agree with you or get what it is that you said, or like, I was cleaning out my Facebook and I had people come back and friend request me, and a couple of things like I kind of wonder, well, why? We don't talk. You don't contact me. You don't write me the messages. You don't respond to any of my posts. You don't like any of my posts. I have a very select few that I could probably count between my fingers and toes that I do that with. So it's like, well, why do you even want to be my friend on Facebook and we don't even communicate? Like, it makes me wonder. Now, ain't nothing wrong with it. I still, re-accept the friend request back. Like, yeah, okay. It's like, but we don't communicate. I had people like my ex best friend was one of those people where if they couldn't get a hold of their other crew members or it was something that really deep, because I understand they understood that I understood stuff on a really deeper level. Just me being naturally me. Like I've been told, oh, you're too up here, you're too like in, and I mean, ain't no shade or nothing. I'm just, it's just what it is. Or you're too this, or you're too deep, or I've, commented on posts. And it's like I'm not trying to talk all that. That's too deep. And well, no, you're okay. Now I know that's not the direction of the conversation that you were going, but you can't tell me that I'm too deep. Maybe I'm too deep for where it is that you were the direction that you were trying to go in, but I'm not too deep, and I'm not going to lower my authenticity for the approval of others. Period. I've done that my entire life, and my whole spiritual awakening that was the biggest, greatest lesson that I had to embody and learn, was to not to, and to speak up for myself. Because I could defend somebody else in a heartbeat, but when it came to me, I had a lot of fear behind it. Okay, well, this person's not gonna like me, and I'm gonna lose this person. Now I'm like, okay, obviously, if that was meant to happen, God's gonna bring in a replacement. You were just asleep. You were there for whatever reason you were there for. Even if I don't understand it at this time, if I don't understand the pain or the hurt or the grief or the experience, like, well, I just don't get it. Like, they was just like, what's the point of that? Okay, it's gonna come later on. No, all I gotta do is ask my God. Like, I done had people that talk to me like, how are you claiming, spirituality and having communication with God, and you used to smoke weed and da 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 this and da da da. Like, I ain't smoked in months, because it's not, for me, it's not a drug. It's not an addiction. It's like going out how some people want to go out to eat, or, go get drunk that one time on their birthday. Like, that's like what that is for me. Like, okay, no biggie. But because if I can't lie to God, I ain't about to lie to nobody else. Who are you? But another human on the same journey, experiencing and learning the same lessons that I'm learning, or different lessons in different ways, or whatever the case may be. We're all essentially the same, just got different experiences and realities based on our thoughts and how we perceive stuff. Now, having an open mind and being open to understanding is being open to someone else's perspective, whether you agree or not, because you don't have to. That's why, like, in a relationship, a lot of people, like, opposites do attract, because whatever it is that you're lacking, that other person, can help empower you, because obviously you attract to that person, so you see the stuff that you admire in them, you essentially have in yourself. You just haven't embodied it, whether it's for good or the bad. Some people, I mean, good and bad. That's a perspective. There's a gray area. There's a mixture of both. We got embodied both. Like right now, a lot of people be like, "Well, I can't believe you got on here and did all that and said all that and da 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 da." Okay, they view that a negative thing. For me, this is positive. Like, this is the most open, one of the most time, is completely unfiltered. Like, I'm just sitting here just talking. And every now and then, they'll chime in and give me something to, relay. But it's stuff I've realized along my journey that I've learned and came and was able to explain. And like, I know, like, a lot of people like, well, you have strength of your communication. Oh, I know my communication needs some tweaking on. Oh, I know it do. Like, I have a 4-year-old. I don't know how to communicate with him. I could do better with teenagers. Now, years ago, I worked better with smaller kids and up. Now I just can't, for whatever reason. It doesn't make that a bad thing. It's like being a professor at school. Somebody who teaches a master or a doctoral program, it's not that they can't go and teach kindergartners. They can. But maybe they don't like to. Could I, you know, teach and communicate? Yeah, I could. It's something that I will have to work toward. But what comes naturally to me is somebody on different levels or different fields or whatever the case may be. It doesn't mean that doctor can't go and teach. That a mathematician can't go and teach a first grader how to do addition. That's just not what's most passionate about. They want to do the trigonometry and all the harder than the calculus and all the other math classes that people be sitting there like, I have no idea what is going on. No. You know, somebody that teach biology don't mean they can't go and teach earth science. That's just not what they're passionate about. They have the knowledge and the wisdom and the accreditation to go do it. They just don't mean, and that even goes back to, and some people don't want to listen to other people because they don't have that accreditation, or that all that is being recognized by somebody else. I recognize what I recognize within myself. Because for one, I'm not going to talk about something that I'm not confident about, whether it's right or wrong. And through that, I'm going to learn that, oh, I could be wrong about something, like, oh, I thought it was this. What are you telling me all these years I thought it was this and it's actually this? Well, damn. I've been telling people all types of wrong stuff. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I have no problem with be like, no, I was even right about that. Hold on, let me go back and say this, redo this. Let me go back and re-say this. Cause man, look, I just found out that that word, it ain't even what that word means. I picked it up just around the conversation, and was told that that's what that word means. And no, that means this whole thing. Like what I was saying, I was talking about the word codependency. Like some people that I was talking about with, they were focused on the psychological term on it. I was talking about the life term of it. Like I said, I start with a big picture and then I break it down because how my mind works. If anybody knows a Scorpio, they break stuff down. So if I'm stuck on a little detail, I'm going to be stuck breaking down that whole detail and never get to what my whole conversation was about. So at least with me, it might take me and I might ramble, and sometimes you might, okay, you kind of going off topic, or you just blend in a couple topics or something like that. My mind is very nuanced. Like I had somebody tell me, well, your explanation is very nuanced, and this is going to take me a while to, respond to that. I was like, thank you. My mind is very nuanced. That's a compliment to me. Just like if someone be like, you've changed. A lot of times when people be like, you've changed, and say it like that in a cynical way, I still say thank you. And they just look at me like, it doesn't bother that you change, it doesn't bother me? No. Because that's what I'm supposed to do. Who doesn't want to change? Who doesn't want to evolve? Now, I mean, you can. Just don't expect me to really hang out with y'all that much. Ain't nothing personal. It just doesn't resonate with me. I don't be around people that wants to, oh, what's this? Oh, what's this? And we can all have a conversation about the stuff that most people can't, like politics, religion, culture, worldview, and not get offended about how where we are all at in those topics. Oh, well, I feel like this and this and this. Well, I feel like this and this and this. Oh, I feel like if you're talking about God and all like this, then you shouldn't because of this. Okay, well, I respect you. That's just not where I'm coming from. So you believe in Christianity, then you shouldn't, do tarot and all of that and that. Okay, I respect where you're coming from. Because I just don't get it. I was raised this way and this and this and this. Okay. And where are you coming from? Okay, well, it opened up my mind because of this, 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 and this. And then I'm, this, and this. And, I even read this one verse where, it did have oracle and tarot, this, and this, and this. If I go, but it says, because, yeah, there's false prophets. There's false prophets in anything and everything. Hell, there's bad teachers. There's people who can teach, but don't want to follow. To be a good teacher, you got to be able to do both. You can't just teach because there's still plenty for you to learn too. So, well, how am I going to learn from somebody and they don't even know? And I feel like they don't know what they're talking about. How are you telling somebody else that their truth isn't their truth? It might not be in the line for you, but at the present time and moment, that's their truth. When they're ready to see the other side or the bigger picture, the other facet of it, it will come. But at this present moment, that's their truth. You could tell somebody right here, right now, that 1 plus 1 equals 2. Everybody, well, I think it equals 4. Well, right now, their truth of 1 plus 1 equals 4. Ain't nothing I can do about it. I told them, I showed them. That's all I can do. I can't force that on you and be like, but dude, look, I'm telling you this way. I can't do that. That's just going to make somebody even be more resistant. especially being like me, like like I say, I refer this back to me, like being a Scorpio. That's a fixed sign. For me, a change agent has to happen because I'm a Cancer rising. So that's where I'm going to evolve to in life is through my emotions, not through my mental state. You try to go through my mental state, you're going to be held with a lot of resistance because if I can't understand it in to empathize with it, which is where I gain my understanding of all things around me, is through an emotional, and then I process it logically. It's not going to make sense to me. So going through my mind, you're working backwards. That's working against the flow of the current. That's like current. You ever tried to swim upstream? That's what that is. You're going against the flow instead of going with my flow. So for like a divine masculine, I feel like a lot of people when we get tied up with the whole twin flame and all that journey, it's like, well, I try to tell this person this, and they're just don't want it because that's not how you get them to change, and you can't even get them to change. All you can do is drop knowledge bombs and give them information. You can't force when it's gonna happen. You can't force, them to accept it, and you can't. You have to be okay with that. Everybody wants to be with a twin flame, but not everybody's supposed to be. Not in this day and age. Hell, maybe next lifetime. Erica Badu. And you should be okay with that and not hate them or be mad or it's releasing with love. Like, hey, you know what? You're your person. You're your individual self. You done some stuff that that pissed me off. I don't agree with, but hey, it is what it is. You go ahead and go to that direction. I'm gonna go ahead and go this direction. But it don't mean that I'm going to have any animosity or anything negative against that situation. It's just not in alignment with me. Hell, it could have been at the beginning, and then now it's not. It don't mean anything bad or negative about you or the other person or the situation, whatever the case may be. It's just no longer serving you at this present time. Hell, for all you know, it could come back around. You know? For being able to relate to others on a with like a divine masculine, you have to challenge them because they receive everything logically. That's what a masculine is. It's logic. That's the father. That's mental. That's rationality, logicality. Not saying that fine feminines ain't no, but that's what most they're aligned with. That's where the term masculine and feminine came from. Do we embody both? Yes, we do. And given on the situation, like in just in this conversation, I done went from masculine and being really passionate to okay, and having to be a little bit more nurturing, depending on what it was that I was talking about. We embody both, and it's having that fluidity to go between the both. But naturally, even though I'm male, I am a divine feminine. Why? Because how I perceive the world is through my emotions, not through logic. A masculine is going to perceive everything through their headspace and understanding stuff logically and then processing it and having an emotional response to that. And in certain situations, it's going to switch. Like if a divine masculine has a child, they're going to process. Okay, well, that's where their emotions come. Their emotions come in first, and then everything is logical. In certain situations with their kid, it was going to be the other way around. So why wouldn't it be that way in relations to others, whether it's a romantic, whether it's an associate, whether it's workplace, even on jobs. When I figured out the last job I worked, I was like, you guys use mental, verbal, and emotional manipulation to get people to work harder and stuff like that. Like, and I figured that out. When I figured that out, I was like, I'm going to go talk to HR. Oh, you have to be here. Actually, I don't. I'm here to do my job. This is just extraness. And I'm not about to be emotionally manipulated from y'all little speech and then be stuck with 12 hours a day thinking about what y'all talked about because that's what would end up happening. And then they wonder why everybody walking around the job being pissed the hell off because y'all done pissed them the hell off. Because not everybody can be talked to like that. Some people it motivates them to work harder with. And we had that conversation. This person, just blew stuff out the water because that worked for them. It didn't work for everybody else. A lot of people that I worked with, we took personality tests. And a lot of people that I work with were more emotional, male and female. We took stuff in through our emotions and then processed stuff logically. On the other, shift, it was the other way around. When we start switching and stuff and moving and being able to switch and, based off of, our personal lives, we all kind of got mixed up. So then having somebody and that's just one, it's not going to work. That's why some people will go talk to one supervisor or instead of going to another because you're going to go to who's going to be able to understand you the most. Spirituality is nothing different. Like I said, I might be using specific details and specific things, but see about it on a wider, broader picture. All those things can be applied to almost any facet or aspect of your life or relationship. But don't let anybody, change you from your truth and your authenticity. Communication, words, details, perspectives, and understanding is getting to that sense of understanding. And understanding is not saying that you agree with somebody, it's having an understanding where that person is coming from. Because the whole point of communication is for two or more people to get their perspective across, whether somebody agrees with it or not, and it being okay. And nothing more than that. Whether you want to agree with it or other people want to agree with it, it's up to them. That's where free will and resignation takes place. We have to get in where we fit in, not make something fit for us or make us fit for that something. What's for you is going to be for you. And you shouldn't have to manipulate or do any tactics or prove yourself or do this or do that or do this or do that. It's going to come naturally. Yeah, you can learn a new skill, but it's not something that you're passionate about. You're not really going to enjoy it. Doesn't mean you're not good at it. You can be badass at it, and yeah, you can stick with that, and that's up to you. But to break free and truly be free is doing the things that are passionate to us, the things that are most natural, that just comes on a natural level. Because then it's not work. Then it's you just living life on a day-to-day basis, whether it's a job with a group of people, with a significant other, with families, whatever the case may be. It's you just living at that point, just living, and that's where we're trying to get is to just be able to live free of conditions, free of expectations. When you have conditions and expectations, you're putting something up on a pedestal that, especially when it comes to people, we're not perfect. We do have flaws. We all have a shadow side. We all have a bit of manipulation. We all have a bit of narcissistic energy. Eminem took his narcissistic energy and his, shadow side and made hit records. And he told MTV, like, that's been like, they going to them and he's like, and they like, oh, well, no, we're not putting this song on here. No, well, you need to change your lyrics and stuff like that. So then if he would start singing love songs, would he still have been the person that he is? No, because that's not his truth. He got a little crazy, twisted mind, but it's beautiful. Everyone's like, I can't believe you listen to that. I can't do like violence. You want to listen to that? It's just like, what? Like, I was talking to my mom the other day. She was like, she said, what? It's like, yes, but then people want to blame him for kids actually trying to stick 9-inch nails through the eyelid. Where are the parents at? That ain't got nothing to do with him. Why y'all even if you know your kid is that influential, why are you buying them that type of music? It's just his creativity. He was being goofy, like, hey, from his reality. Because yeah, we did have stuff like Tom Green and people just doing crazy stuff and all these dares, and it ain't no different than the challenges we got out now. But it's living life without any expectation, without any conditioning. You just doing you. You just being you. Yeah, there's certain things I want to do and learn, and how my authentic self is. For some people, it's not going to be acceptable. Okay, and that's your truth. But for other people, it is. Maybe I'm not here for you or that group, and I'm here for another group of people that is going to come. But it doesn't mean that I have to change who I am to be accepted. If I have to change who I am as a person to be accepted, I might have to fine tune some stuff. And by all means, ain't nothing wrong with that. That's evolving. But my authentic essence, yeah, no, I'm not compromising that. At least not no more. Because I ain't gonna sit up here and say that I ain't never. No, I did my whole life, and it ain't happening no more. No, no, no. Ain't nothing wrong. It's just it doesn't fit me. But all right, y'all. I'm gonna go live again later on tonight and actually do pull cards and do a reading. But this was an epiphany they gave me through my own personal experience from yeah, it's been going on a few weeks now, honestly, but just some different tangents of see how I pull stuff from just all over the type of place, all over the place, all over the type of place. But all right, y'all, we already at like 69 minutes, hour, 9 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and get up off of here, and well, I think I'm about to go out to eat. Take myself out to eat. I'm going hungry now. All right, peace out. Your boy Ed. Oh yes, as mentioned, like, share, subscribe. Everything's down below.